Morning, everybody. Once again, happy new year
What's
to
up?
every one of us. Happy new year to every one of us. Trust you had a good weekend. So, right about now, as usual, we'll be taking our snippets. Call it. I'll read out a snippet for us, and we'll discuss on it. I will also share value as well. So, for our first snippet, it says, "Clients who feel misled after paying didn't always encounter a dishonest team. They encountered a poorly managed handoff. Define a clear sales to delivery process that carries every agreed commitment through to the person delivering it." Let me read it again. A client who feels misled after paying does not all let me read it. A client who feels misled after paying did not always encounter a dishonest team. They encountered a poorly managed handoff. Define a clear sales to delivery process that carries every agreed commitment through to the person delivering it. So, for this snippet, Mr. Cyprian, you'll be handling this. So I will just read it once again so that you can take it. The snippet says, "A client who feels misled after paying did not always encounter a dishonest team. They encountered a poorly managed handoff. Find a clear sales that
What are
is
you and saying because it in the brain to send you know that exactly to the person whenever so that let the person, the customer or the clients not feel this thing as if maybe he has been cheated or the this thing. Yes, the people, the customer, the this thing, the company. Yes, the people are being dishonest. Yes, in their dealings. You need to be precise on on a particular day you are going to deliver the product and the time. Yes, and the process, and the person who is going to deliver it. They're supposed to give him clear this in details of where to deliver the product and when to deliver it, so that the client, the cost or the customer will not be discouraged or be, yes, be discouraged in the process of transacting with this in the company. So it's important to take and listen note of that aspect. That aspect. That's what I have to say.
all right. So thank you very much, Mr. Cyprian. It's always very important that whenever we are communicating with clients, that if we say that it is going to be from A to B, then it should be from A to B. Because even though we may end up delivering the same thing that we promised to deliver, if we don't keep to our words, if things don't go as discussed, the client will feel like he has been cheated, or the client will feel like we are dishonest. So in order for us to preserve our integrity and to also pass out the right message to our clients, It's important that if we say that a thing is going to go a certain way, then that thing should go that way. So for our next snippet, our next snippet, it says technology speeds up whatever process it touches, whether good or bad. So before automating anything, confirm the task actually makes sense as it is. Automating a flawed process just creates a faster version of the same problem. I'll take it again. Technology speeds up whatever process it touches, good or bad. Before automating anything, confirm the task actually makes sense as it is. Automating a flawed process just creates a faster version of the same problem. For this snippet, um, Mr. Chisom, why not take this snippet for us?
Good morning, everybody. So, what I have to say in this snippet is that it's not just about automation. So, it's about we as a company updating and upgrading ourselves to the standard of technology on daily basis, and not being left behind. Knowing that some of what we are currently doing or running the company, there are technologies that can even help us to run it effectively. And if we are not updated on those technology, and if we are not abreast with this upgrade, we will be behind, and we find ourselves still lagging behind in some certain things. Like in automation that our host was talking about, there is what we call AI automation. And within that AI automation, there is a whole lot you can run with AI automation. And you just have to just give a command to AI. AI will run several things, even some of the reporting that even the respondents are preparing, some of these calculation and what have you. There are things, these things AI does it. But you see that since you don't have the idea, you still keep struggling, writing and doing many things. So all I'm just deducing from the snippet is that we need to ablaze ourselves with the technological inventions that are already available, which can enhance our work and also enhance our productivity, even to be more efficient than what we used to produce or what we used to have. Thank you.
All right, thank you very, very much, Mr. Chisom. So yes, it's AI has helped to make some things faster, helps to bring some declutter to the workflow. But like the snippet said, if you're not even clear, or if what you're doing itself is not even solving the problem effectively, bringing AI into the picture only keeps it at the same rate. It only maintains the problem, but increases how fast you keep on making that mistake. So this is a call for us to still um, develop ourselves, have a good understanding of what we have to do individually as we work in a different departments, and also even as a team. If you see that, okay, maybe you are not, for instance, now imagine you are on a site, for our engineers, imagine you're on a site and you don't know how to get something done, and you come and ask AI, and then you don't even have an idea of what you want to do. You go and ask AI and you start following the AI. Oh yes, sometimes AI may give you helpful information, but when there's how you prompt AI will assume the role of an engineer. That's I'm referring to the engineers. AI will first of all assume the role of the engineer, then start talking to you and think maybe as though you already experienced in that field, or as though you already have some understanding of some of these things. So if you are not well versed in your field, if you don't even understand the first rules of installations and things like that, you will be lost. And if I say you do this and you just do this, you don't even know the implication of what you're doing, it will only make matters worse. So it's important. This snippet is actually telling us that, or showing us the importance of actually working on ourselves first, because AI is only here to help to make things better. It doesn't take away our ability to think. Don't allow it to take away your ability to think. Don't allow it to take away your ability to work with your mind, to work and see how you can solve problems effectively. So basically, AI is like garbage in, garbage out. So whatever you put into AI, whatever you put into the system, that is exactly what it will bring out for you. So if you are well versed, if you are well knowledgeable of what you're supposed to do, if you are working on yourself, basically AI will just make it faster, better, and more efficient. And yes, I hope that was clear for us. So the the next snippet, the next snippet says, when demand spikes, the pressure to scale fast is real, but permanent hires, new locations, and long contracts made in peak season becomes liability in quiet ones. Sales cost flexibility until demand is consistent. Let me take it again. When demand spikes, the pressure to scale fast is real, but permanent hires, new locations, and long contracts made in peak seasons become liabilities in quiet ones. Scale cost is flexibly, but until demand it is consistent. Please let me take this one more time. I hope you understand as I'm reading. So I'll take it slowly. When there is a spike in demand, the pressure to scale fast is real, but permanent hires, new locations, and long contracts made in peak seasons become liabilities in quiet ones. Scale cost flexibly until demand is consistent. So I'll just discuss on this snippet. I'll just discuss, try to throw light on what this snippet is trying to say. So basically, it says that when there is a spike in demand, when there is a rush, like people are rushing in to come and get a particular product, people are just rushing in, it will seem like as though Starlink in a hot cake now. So you can just increase your price anyhow, increase your price anyhow, increase your price. You get, that is what it's saying. So there, when there is a sudden high in demand of products or the services that we offer, there can be every temptation for us to increase the price as well, as though we are a monopoly. But one thing is for sure, when time settles, when the heat settles down, and when the heat settles down and there is no much inflow as though as it was again, that is when the stability of the company will be at test. That is why it says, but permanent hires, new locations, and long contracts made in big season becomes liabilities in quiet ones. So those decisions, all those things that you were putting in place as you saw the high demand, all those things that you were doing, thinking that the market is going to forever be in high demand, going to be at a high pace. By the time it drops down and you see that, oh, most of the things that you have put in place to suit that high demand, everything now drops down. You see that it doesn't work effectively, and most of the costs that you put in will now become liabilities. They will not be, it will not be too much. And so it's important that we don't just follow the trends, we don't just follow the market, we actually study the market. This is why it's important for us to study the market, study human behavior as well, because most of the time people are just doing things because another person is doing it. So it's important that you don't just do something because there's another person doing it. It's important that you don't just make a decision because you see other companies making the same decision. It is important that you study, do your research on the market, do your research on why customers are making this decision. In fact, if you see a sudden high demand in some stuff, you can do a research. Why is there a sudden high demand in this thing? You can maybe come up with an alternative, so that if by the time people see that this thing that they are rushing for sef is not even what it is, you already have an alternative that is going to serve better. And you see by the time people begin to realize that, oh, what you are selling is more effective or is more better than what they've been thinking about or what they've been pursuing all this while, that brings profits to your table. So it's important that you don't just follow the market, you don't just follow the crowd, but you study it and see how you can maximize from it. Yes. So for our next snippet, it says customers often ask for what they think will solve their problem and not what actually will before delivering what was requested. Let me take that again. Customers often ask for what they think will solve their problem, not what actually will before delivering what was requested. Dig into the customer they are dig into what the customers are really after. That conversation often changes everything. I'll take it one more time. Customers often ask for what they think will solve their problem and not what actually will before delivering what was requested. Dig into the outcome they they are really after. That conversation often changes everything. So I'll take this one more time. Customers often ask for what they think will solve their problem and not what will actually solve it. So before delivering as requested, dig into the outcome of what they are requesting for. That conversation often changes everything. For this snippet, Miss Omega, you'll be taking it.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. What I would like to say about these snippets, customers often ask for what they think will solve their problem. Okay, not necessarily what they actually need before delivery. Exactly is what was request. Take time to understand the outcome. They are truly the outcome they are truly trying to achieve. Ask thoughtful questions and dig deeper into their goals. That conversation can reveal a better solution, so it prevents costly misunderstanding and help you deliver greater value. So the best businesses don't just fulfill requests, they solve real problem behind them. So let me say what in addition, like listening beyond a request, understand the customer desire outcome, and you will often discover a better solution than the one they they ask for. So when it comes to solving clients problem, some people just they will just like some of our clients, they will just say, me I think that this thing will work, me I think, because sometimes somebody say, me I did my own. So as I did my own, as my, like, let me say, as my standing had problem, as I did this solution and it worked. So it's not possible that maybe if this solution work for this other person, so it might work for the other person. Maybe the problems are different. It's just like it look a little bit similar. So you have to dig in, ask more questions. When you ask more questions, it will give you clarity to understand what is the problem, so that when they fix that product, they will know that it will be fixed permanently and you will not have any problem like that. So that's what I have to say about this snippet.
That's
Let me
very,
add
very
something to this, Mr. Ben.
go
Can you hear
ahead.
me?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so why I
Yes.
want to thank you so much, Miss Omega. But I just felt like this snippet comes um, at the right time and so important. Yes, why I'm saying that is because I think it's part of the thing I experienced um, last weekend. You know, we are getting to interact. In fact, a lot of us, we are new into the IT space. You understand? We are new into the IT space, and we are getting to interact with people that some of them, they are, in fact, There are managers of IT departments. There are people that when we talk about networking, in fact, they have networked they themselves. So they have so much of, let's say, expectation and a picture at which they are looking to obtain at the end of the work. You know, I think it's necessary if a client is coming to, especially if you know that maybe that client is kind of giving you some terms to show that maybe it's an engineer or someone that maybe, in fact, those that are not in Nigeria, because those people they are relatively much sometimes. It's really good that we ask them, what are you expecting from this institution? Or like, what's your expectation with the network? What I mean is, my client I went, it was so kind of that's the second time I'm saying that. Yes, and funny that it's not, nobody stays in the house, you understand? He stays in US, and he has an AI. There's this thing called Alexa AI. It's the second time I saw it. This AI is the one to on the gen, on the the washing machine, on AC, on, like, nobody's staying in the house, just the AI. He automates it from there to work everywhere on the solar and off it. So all of these things they work with internet. And you're just going there to install your stuff. If you don't know anything, like, you see yourself at the end of the day, what the man wanted to achieve or what a client wanted to achieve, you end up not seeing it done. So it's such kind of a space, there's a way your installation goes, and there's a way your internet will need to cover, not our installations. You understand? So I think it's very, in fact, the client was saying that people did not ask for this, you don't ask for this. If I have a gen house, if I have this, if I have this, you understand? So it's necessary, please, that we try to see how we can ask questions majorly on how the internet will be used, in that it can also give a clue of you explaining what he is to receive after installation, not majorly on what it is, or this is what you can do for you to arrive at the point of what you need for your internet. You understand?
Right.
In fact, this also comes in, I think, my colleague at some point you did talk about this. It also comes in the thing that because the snippet was kind of picturing to what happened of research. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Maraki. This is very helpful, and I believe that this is one thing that every one of us should take note of. That in our interactions with clients, it's not because the client comes and says that, oh, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that. You just give it to them. Then when they now go and the thing doesn't sort it, it doesn't solve their problem, it doesn't give them what they are looking for. You understand? It will cost our integrity, like how this used to say, to not want the client to come back to us. But if we are able to ask the right questions, if we are able to, like for instance, now it is something that TV correspondents have to always keep doing. The client can just come to us and say, oh, this time you still need to find out what kind of unit do they have, because it's obvious that they want quality internet. They want to have a situation where they can use their internet without having to worry, without having to check the bars to see, I don't have internet and things. So they want like an uninterrupted experience with internet. So anytime they come to us, we don't just say, oh, Starlink is this price, or this one is this price, this one is this price. We ask important questions to know what it is that they need, to know what exactly it is that will help them to get that thing that they're looking for. And that is where we now make our recommendations. That is where we now make our recommendations. And this is something that every one of us should take note of. is something that every one of us should take note of. So yes, thank you very much, Miss Omega. Thank you very much, Mr. Malaki. Thank you to everyone who has made contributions in one way or the other. We are already approaching the beginning of work day today, so I pray that for everything that we do today, that we shall succeed, we shall do well, we shall bear much good fruit in the mighty name of Jesus Christ. So indeed, um, right now the prayer team you can take over and have a good day, everybody.